So as many of you may know, I'm not into the whole excuse me. I'm not into the whole deal of sitting and talking about random bullshit. But basically, I've decided to make the decision that I want to actually try it and see if it's actually fun, because I do sometimes just enjoy talking to talk, and this is one of those videos. It's just me talking to talk. But today's episode of Talking to Talk, I'm probably gonna have a playlist. It's gonna have an official name, but I'm just gonna call it Talking to Talk for right now. I am talking to talk, pretty much. That's all I'm doing here. And basically, today's episode of Talking to Talk, we're talking about Karens and internet memes, just in general, and how pissed off I am. This might seem hypocritical. Hypocritical. This might seem hypocritical because I post memes. Yes, I do. I genuinely do enjoy some memes. Some of them are funny as fuck and can be used as shitposting devices. Other memes are just annoying as fuck because you hear them every fucking day, to where the meme is beaten the shit out of and dead. That's basically what some memes are. Like the word simp. Simp has an actual meaning. I heard it every fucking day to the point of where it has no meaning to me. The word simp has no meaning. I heard it all the time on the internet. Now, some of my friends do use the word simp, but they don't use the word simp as much as the internet does. The word simp is basically meaningless at this point because everyone is a simp. Like, if you decide to be nice and open a door for a woman and or man, you are a simp. But that's what people have been doing for over 100 years. Holding the door open for somebody. And they weren't called simps. All of a sudden, simp is a new word. So then, what do we need to do? We need to simp everybody. Make them simps. Now, originally, when I first heard the word simp, you know what I thought the word meant? I thought it was a shortening of the word simpleton, which is basically calling somebody stupid as fuck without actually calling them stupid as fuck, and by just saying, you're a fucking simpleton, you fuck. But then, if you shorten it down to the word simp, you can just say, you're such a fucking simp, dude. But then, simp, when I actually found out the meaning of it, I was like, that's not a fucking simp. And it kind of pissed me off. Basically, the word simp is, well, stupid. Simp. It's stupid. But also, I used to have this viewpoint. This is where we're going into Karens. I was watching a Karen video. I used to have this viewpoint too. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of these dumb motherfuckers that was like, you don't have to wear a mask. It's not the law. But then you realize a store can kick you out of the store for not following their policy. So if the store says that you need to wear a mask, you need to wear a mask. It is required by the store. It is not required by the law. They could kick you out of the store because you're not wearing a mask. That is perfectly fine. And if you say they can't kick you out of the store if you're not wearing a mask, that is if you have a medical condition. If you have a medical condition where you can't wear a mask because you have breathing problems and you're allergic to masks or something, if you have a medical condition, that's where you actually don't need a mask. That's the only acceptance. But if the store requires you to wear a mask, you have to wear a mask. It's if the store requires it, do you have to listen? And even if it's against the law, it's against the law to be naked in public. That's just how it is. It is against the law to be naked in public because it's indecent nudity or whatever. I forgot the actual term for it. It's 1 in the morning, almost 2. And I'm fucking. I'm getting tired. But anyway, basically, just don't be dumb. Just don't be dumb. Karens, if you're a Karen and you're watching this video, no, you don't know what the fucking law is. Because you go on Facebook all the time to get your information. Facebook is not correct about generally anything. Facebook can be right. I will admit, Facebook can be right about some things. But Facebook is mainly wrong about most things. Generally, if you want to believe Facebook, believe Facebook. You're just stupid. Believing everything that you see on the internet is just dumb and stupid. It's fucking huge. And also, I just don't believe that Karens are smart in the world, because Karens, all right, male Karens are Kyles. Okay, their name is Kyle. So if you see a Karen, but it's a male, just say, "Okay, Kyle," and they'll get offended probably. And they're gonna be like, "My name isn't Kyle." So yeah. Also, I have a Discord message and I'm reading it. So that's why I was silent for like 3 fucking seconds. Anyway, not the point of the video. Basically, just in general, don't be dumb. Just don't be dumb. Also, I just got done singing Absolute Zero by Stone Sour, so that's why I'm speaking in a lower pitch maybe than I would naturally. Because my throat kind of hurts. And before that, I sang Absolute, or not Absolute Zero. Before that, I sang Get Inside and Gone Sovereign, so. Anyway, not the point. Basically, the point is, Karens, you don't know what the fucking law is, and I don't believe you ever will. And also, I haven't spoken about the whole, like, George Floyd incidents or anything like that, just because I don't want to talk about it. Or the riots. Because if I do say my opinion, people are just gonna call me racist, and that's not what I want. And just because I said that, people are gonna call me racist for that. I will tell you exactly what I think about the George Floyd thing and the riots. I believe that what the police officer did was injustice. Don't get me wrong. I believe that the police officer who committed murder was not in the right at all. Just was not in the right at all. But also, just wanted to also point out that rioting doesn't fix the situation while we also have an ongoing coronavirus, quote-unquote, pandemic. I don't believe that the coronavirus is a pandemic at all. I don't believe it at all. I'm just saying, I don't believe it's a pandemic. I believe that it is a virus that needs to be fixed. But I don't believe it's a pandemic. Also, just wanted to say, the masks don't fix fucking jack shit. And if you believe they do, you're fucking stupid. And also, just, I don't believe that rioting fixes anything. I don't believe in rioting. It's excuse me, rioting is rioting is not a valid form of protest, in my opinion. I believe in protesting peacefully, with signs and fists in the air, and maybe pitchforks, but not actually using it as violence, like spray painting on buildings, breaking into buildings as well, and getting your mothers to protect you with shields made out of pots and pans. And I can tell you for a fact, if I was fucking rioting and fucking spray painting buildings, my mother wouldn't be defending my ass, she'd be whooping my ass. In public. Pulling down my pants and everything. And spanking my ass in front of everyone. I wouldn't want that. So I can tell you for a fact that rioting and spray painting buildings and breaking into buildings and getting your mothers to protect you with pots and pans does not fucking help. At all. And I've gotten most of my information from my brother and my mom, so if this is wrong, it's not on me. It's just where I've gotten the information. And I swear to God, if they got it from Facebook, I'm gonna be pissed. Because Facebook is a plague. So basically, just don't be dumb. Don't riot over any situation. Peacefully protest. That's all I can say. We have the right to assembly. We do not have the right to basically kill people and say it was a form of protest. It isn't. Committing murder and saying it was a form of protest is not okay. And also, the governor, I'm getting into politics at this point because I wanted to get my point on the politics and the politicians within Washington. Governor Jay Inslee, or as Washington State has formally named him, Jadolf Hitler. I've personally just picked up Jadolf Hitler because it's funny as shit. Jadolf Hitler, or Jay Inslee, whichever you prefer. I'm going to call him Jadolf Hitler. Hope you don't mind. Jadolf Hitler basically wants to make it a law to where you need to wear a face mask in public. So if you're at the park, breathing the open air with a face mask on, you're fine. But if you aren't, you're fucked. You're going to jail. Sorry, buckaroo. And what I personally find wrong with that is that you can't force people to do something as a governor. Let the people govern themselves, usually. Instead of saying, hey, you need to do that or you're going to jail. That's just against the law. But also, normal human rights, like murder, that's fine. Yes, it's a fucking free country. That doesn't mean we have every right in the world. Just saying. And also, just want to say that if... I don't know. I lost my train of thought for a minute. Oh yeah, Jadolf Hitler. So Jadolf Hitler is very fucking stupid. Very, very stupid. Jadolf Hitler is probably one of the worst human beings I've ever known to man. Lauren Culp for Washington State Governor is what I'm going to tell you on that one. Like, there's so many things that Jadolf Hitler is doing wrong. And basically people are like, oh, Jadolf Hitler is doing so good. He fixed the problem in one of those lakes I forgot the name of. He's done so good. He's been the best governor since fucking 50 years. And I'm like, oh my god, you're a fucking Nazi, dude. if you follow Adolf Hitler, you're a Nazi. I'm not gonna tell you anything about that. You're a Nazi. If we're gonna talk about the president of the United States, Donald Trump, I don't think he ever did anything wrong, but I also don't think he ever did anything right. So I don't have an opinion. All I know is people are like, oh my god, Donald Trump told us to inject bleach into our veins. Oh no. Which is not what Donald Trump fucking said. He said there's a disinfectant for the coronavirus, and it's not fucking bleach. I swear to God, the people who say Donald Trump told us to put bleach into our bodies, I swear to God, they're the people that tried to eat Tide Pods and justify it. And, okay, let me talk about old memes here, known as the Tide Pod trend, known as Tide Pods. And the Tide Pod challenge of eating a fucking Tide Pod. If you died from the Tide Pod challenge, or you know someone who died from the Tide Pod challenge, you know what I have to say for you? Sorry for your loss. But that person was fucking stupid, and you should be happy they're dead. If you're related to them, that is. If you don't know them, cool. Like, it just... If you're dumb enough to actually do the Tide Pod challenge, or anything like that, or drink bleach, or anything like that, you're stupid as shit. If you eat Tide Pods, you're dumb. If you drink bleach, you're dumb. Just continue to do it until you die, please. You'll be doing us a huge fucking favor. And I don't want to sound like an asshole here, but Tide Pods are not healthy for you if you eat them. Tide Pods are healthy for your clothes, not your food. Or dishes. Was Tide Pod for dishes? They might be. Bleach is for clothes. Or is it neither? I don't remember. I've never used bleach a day in my life. Other than for drinking. That is a fucking joke, by the way. I'm gonna go drink bleach now. After this video. Oh, okay. Now let's get to a more meme-y topic. Because I like memes. Alright, so everyone knows Dr. Pepper cream soda, right? And how they came out with fucking Dr. Pepper cream soda. Swear to God, they put fucking cocaine in this shit. Dude, I'm a fucking addicted to this shit. What are the ingredients? Because I'm gonna find cocaine. Total fat, 0 g. Calories, 210. Serving size, 1 bottle. Sodium, 80 milligrams. Total carbs, 56 grams. Total sugars. I found cocaine, boys! No, sugar is not cocaine. But, yeah. 55 grams of added sugars is 110%. Well, fuck. I guess I'm dying. Well, here we go. Anyway. Oh, yeah, you guys know you guys know Five Finger Filet, the... Oh, I have all my fingers. Na, 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 na. So, basically, I did that for the first time in my life with an actual real knife. Ooh. And, I stabbed my ring finger. And I can tell you right now that I am not doing that again. I won't even try again. Because that... I actually stopped the bleeding with paper towels. Let me tell you the entire story. So I was on a Discord call with 3 of my friends. I won't say their names. Let me just make up names. So, James. Henry. And James Henry.
No. I don't think so.
And God, I have to think of another male name. James Henry.
No, because I have almost all of them in one of my games.
And we'll go with
I don't know.
Go with Cliff.
I know you need to make like separate.
We'll go with that.
For them.
All right.
They won't
So we
let
have
you.
James, Henry, and Cliff, and me in the call. Which I will be referred to as Cookie by them, because that's what they know me as, for some fucking reason. I don't know why people call me Cookie. It's my Discord username. That's probably why. But before that, I was called the Gigantuar, and now I'm just referred to as Cookie.
Yeah.
Ugh, sorry. Anyway, so me, James, Henry, and Cliff, we were chilling. I had a knife, you know. James has a knife collection, by the way. We're just gonna say that. So it was completely normal for me and James. And I ended up taking my knife and stabbing my ring finger. I started freaking the fuck out. And everyone in the call is just like, "What'd you do? What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. We're fine." I'm running down the stairs, flailing my hand in the air. I got blood all over my arm and all over my hand, and I was holding my finger through part of it, and it got all over my other hand. I went downstairs, got a paper towel, held my finger like a son of a bitch. My brother comes in the fucking door, and he's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh, hi." And he's like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I stabbed my finger playing Five Finger Filet." Told him the entire fucking story of how I stabbed my ring finger. You know? Just went fucking in on that shit. And that was like 5 days ago-ish. I think it was like August 15th, and it's August 22nd right now. So, yeah, a week ago. Stabbed that shit. And to this day, touching the bottom of my ring finger below the stab, it kind of hurts still.
Can you see me down here?
And I don't know what I did. Like, I might have actually stabbed a nerve or something. Because it sucks. It still hurts. Hurts to move sometimes. It still hurts to play guitar with, and it sucks. Still hurts to play bass with. Still hurts to play drums with. Hurts to use. And, yeah. I'm just using it just because. And, basically, I stabbed my finger, and I freaked out. Went downstairs, used paper towels. My brother got me a Band-Aid when he came home, and I said, "Fuck that shit, paper towels all the way." I ended up going to bed that night without anything on my finger, and I surprisingly stopped the bleeding. I literally stopped the bleeding with just paper towels. And I mean, I did it within like 30 minutes. It was like 10 o'clock by the time I went to bed, and I fell asleep. And, yeah, it was fucking awesome, dude. I mean, it'll scar up indefinitely because it's still here on my finger. Like, it'll scar up indefinitely. I will have a permanent scar from me playing Five Finger Filet. I will tell my grandkids, "Oh, I stabbed myself in the finger playing Five Finger Filet when I was 14. Turning 15 that year in 2020, when the coronavirus was still a big deal." That's my greatest old man voice. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm tired. I still have to finish this Dr. Pepper bottle of cream soda. And, yeah. This has been Talking Talk, episode 1. Oh, yeah, also, before I go, everyone in the call, James, Henry, and, Cliff,
It's just leg.
We're worried about me stabbing my
'Cause you
finger.
can make any
I
weird
was,
blister
but I'm
face,
fine.
it's just-
I'm fine. I'm not bleeding. I
okay.
don't think I damaged myself too bad. Just by stabbing my fucking ring finger. On my left hand, by the way. It was on my left hand. I'm both handed, but I like using my right hand for a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Because it's fucking raining.
And I generally, I'm fine. I was fine afterwards.
I guess that fucking fish is
I learned that I shouldn't be playing with knives, as you should. But that's basically the story of how I could have, if I played my cards right, I could have lost my ring finger. Anyway, bingo bango bong. I have to restart that. Bingo bangle bongo vanishes instantly. Fuck off, bottle. Anyway, see ya.